Dr. Rings, I really need to talk to you.
Emily. Yeah. I just got your message. I'm with my wife.
I went to your office, but you weren't there. So I came here and, could we just go talk?
Big Pharma has the run of the house in Side Effects, a jolting thriller about the highs and lows of prescription drugs. Rooney Mara is the brittle wife of a disgraced Wall Street tycoon who is furnished with a miracle cure by Jude Law's plausible psychiatrist. The small print points to a whole world of nightmares.
I just need 5 minutes.
You're going to get to work after. Okay, 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Call me after the interview.
Andrew, if we're taking Soderbergh at his word here, is he going out on a high?
I think this film is pretty good. I found it surprisingly entertaining. It's sort of difficult to talk what it's about because, you know, if you start trying to describe the plot or analyse the plot, then you sort of give away some of the twists and turns of it. It is attempting to be a sort of contemporaries noir set in the sort of pharmaceutical industry, using sort of all those sort of conflicts of interest where people who are sort of prescribing drugs also sort of being paid to endorse drugs. The one thing I could say about it that I found sort of quite odd was the sort of pre-release hype has always been about this sort of this kind of psychiatric thing about hallucinations and sort of the madness of inside people's minds, and I expected a lot more hallucinatory work within the film, and again, without wanting to give too much away, it actually turned out to be quite non-hallucinatory. It just turned out to be actually quite a plain, straightforward, twisty thriller.
Peter, it reminded me a little bit of Hitchcock or Henri Georges Clouzot,
yeah.
And yet it's very much a film for how we're living now, isn't it?
I found, yes, I have to say I loved it. I thought that all those things that everybody says about Soderbergh, that he's a kind of magpie, he can flit from genre to genre. This is a film where suddenly, for me, it all came together, particularly his absolutely inspired visual sense as his own cinematographer, Peter Andrews, working with his state-of-the-art digital cameras that he recently talked about in the movie Side by Side. Every single shot it looked exquisite to me. It looked brilliant. Pin-sharp digital work, and it looked disturbing. Even banal shots of a bar or a subway platform, they all looked absolutely grippingly strange. Rooney Mara, yes, I mean, A Star Is Born. She's always getting born, Rooney Mara, as a star. I mean, I've lost count of the people saying, "This Rooney Mara, isn't she great?" I think she really is great now. She absolutely kills it in this thing. She absolutely is brilliant, like a kind of Marnie figure,
yeah.
or maybe a little like Mia Farrow
yeah.
in Rosemary's
Simultaneously
Baby.
the victim and possibly
yes,
dangerous.
Yes, sort of the agent, passive at the same time, with this strange recessed world that something very strange is going on inside her mind, which has been unlocked by these pills that Jude Law is giving her. Again, I thought Jude Law, terrific performance.
Great.
Great stuff, the best since Mr. Ripley. Exactly right as this bland, rather conceited psychiatrist. He's just vain enough, just greedy enough to be precisely the wrong person to be treating Rooney Mara's troubled young woman. Absolutely superb playoff between the two of them. I don't know what it was. I think it's kind of his masterpiece.
What's the deal with Soderbergh saying that he's finishing up? He's just had enough, or is he teasing us again?
I don't know. I think he is certainly very exhausted. I think he is physically very exhausted with the process. As you say, I mean, he's still a young man. I think he's only 50 years old, so he's still in his prime. But he's exhausted with the process of independent filmmaking, when you are literally having to do the heavy lifting yourself, which he has been doing to a quite extraordinary amount of time. I think physically and sort of spiritually, you do get exhausted, and I think he is exhausted as well as disillusioned.
Resign from the case, step off.
I can't do that.
But who can see the lies?
That's why I have to make this work.
It was the oblique stuff. I would never be here if it weren't for that.
I have to prove everything.